Now, as I've already explained to you, the greatest fear that the Democratic Party has at this very moment in time is that you will come to the understanding of what they're doing. That's why Springfield, Ohio had to come out of the news. I am glad to hear that Donald Trump will be doing a rally in Springfield, which will be bringing more attention to the issue. And the true issue is not necessarily that the Haitians are making sacrifices. The true issue is not necessarily that the Haitians are wrecking vehicles and cars. The true issue is that these people who came in under the Joe Biden parole program are the ones that they plan to use to steal the election. However, how do you highlight that for leftists who, in their mind, it's like, oh, it's liberal. We need to help everybody. Everybody needs to be saved. You cannot highlight that to them by telling them, by appealing to common sense. Appealing to common sense in their own best interest does not work for them because they've abandoned their own best interest for their political stance. Again, I will repeat that. You cannot appeal to common sense in their own best interest because they've abandoned what is common sense in their own best interest for what they identify as their political philosophy. So therefore, how do you break that spell? How do you destroy the spell? I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to say this. It's very important that Donald Trump goes here and that the America First rallies go here, because if you know anything about what goes before the Trump rallies, is there is a secondary organization that goes before them that is a Christian organization that goes in and they pray. And so what you're going to be doing is you're going to have thousands of Christians descending upon a town that is not only under siege based on what the local government and the state government has allowed to happen and the federal government, but they're also under siege of magic itself because there are sacrifices being made there. And the highest altar wins. The highest altar wins. So when you bring in Donald Trump and all those people and they pray, it shatters all that darkness in that space. Now, it's important that we keep this on the forefront of the minds of people. And so I'm going to do something. I'm going to encourage each and every one of you guys who watch me, my channel, and listen to me. No other YouTuber will do this. You need to start your own YouTube channel. Now, those people who just want to monetize you, they'll never say this to you. You need to click the button and convert your channel to a YouTube channel. And you need to start covering this. And it needs to be multiplied by thousands. So I don't know, let's say this video got 5,000 views or 10,000 views or 20,000 views. At least 10% of you guys need to click the button and convert over to a channel. And then you need to turn on the camera and you need to start talking. Now, what you're going to say and how you're going to say it, that's the challenge. But I'll submit this to you. It's very, very easy how you make that conversion. It's simple. Stay on message. Present something to the people. Stay on point and get off. Don't go too far down the road. Don't get all up in your feelings and emotions. Don't start screaming. Don't go crazy. Just present the truth. And here's the truth about what's going on in Springfield. Just recently in Springfield, there was a bus accident where this lady's children were involved in a school bus crash where Haitians driving a vehicle wrecked a school bus. Now, why is this so important that this gets out to everybody? Because there are plenty of liberal parents who get up in the morning and put their children on a school bus. And they trust that their children are going to get from point A to point B safely. They trust that when their kid goes to that bus stop and stands at that bus stop at 7 o'clock in the morning to get on that bus, that their kids are going to get to school safe. But this importation of these people compromises the safety of everyone. But again, I've told you 1,000 times, as long as it's not hitting home to where people are, they'll say, well, oh, I don't have that problem. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me. But you have to keep this in front of people's faces. You absolutely have to. So let's hear what she has to say about what happened.
As a mom of two boys that were on that bus that crashed in Springfield, Ohio. So before the trial was set to begin, I got a call from somebody at the Ohio Attorney General's office saying, this is when the trial is going to be, this is where it's going to be, do you want to attend, do you want to speak, yada And when she finished up informing me of everything, she asked me, did I have any questions? And I said, yes, actually. My insurance has paid for everything, the emergency room visits, physical therapy, but there's some stuff that they won't cover. So I've got these bills now that are piling up. I thought that when somebody gets into an accident and it's not your fault, that you shouldn't be responsible for paying them.
It's called general liability insurance on the vehicle. You are supposed to carry liability insurance to cover the other person in the case of an accident. That is the lowest form of automobile insurance you should have. And the limits are normally $15,000, so $15,000, $30,000. So I run into your car and I don't have full coverage to protect my car, but I have liability insurance. That insurance pays to repair the damage to your car, just to bring it up to speed.
I don't know what's going on with the situation because the driver was not even supposed to be driving because he was an illegal Haitian immigrant. So she said that I could apply for the Ohio Attorney General's victims compensation. So I filled out all the paperwork, did my due diligence, signed off on all the forms to get all the medical records and everything up.
Stop, pause. Right here is where I would have sued this. Is where I would have sued the crap out of the state of Ohio. Because you're the ones that let these people in here. I am suing you. I would have told them, ma'am, so what you're trying to tell me is you guys have a fund set up to cover the people that you guys let come here illegally and know they're breaking the law and they're not carrying insurance. And therefore, by you setting up this fund, you are taking responsibility, fiduciary responsibility for their actions. Is that what you're telling me, ma'am?
Uploaded everything to them, and I got a generic email for
what is going on in her
my
background?
Boys stating that they're gonna investigate everything and get back to me with a letter in the mail. So I thought like that everything was gonna be smoothed over. I thought that
you thought they was gonna do us right, huh, Shorty? You thought what was right was gonna be done. Blue Horse Shoe Farm.
Everything, I was relieved.
She got some beautiful eyes.
I got 2 letters in the mail.
Perfect mold right here.
One for each of my boys, stating that the Ohio Attorney General's victims compensation will
that's her kids in the background. That's why there's that noise.
Not pay for any of the bills. And one of the reasons was that a witness reported the crime, but what does that have to do with anything? So, I have to pay money because an illegal immigrant hit my children's school bus and injured them, and they had to go 2 months of physical therapy.
Wow. So, a person that ain't supposed to be here came over here, was flown over here. They rammed into a damn school bus full of children, injured the children, and you gotta pay for it. You gotta pay for it. Now, somebody may sit here and look at this woman, and they may say, well, that don't affect me. Oh, buddy, I need you to understand. I need you to understand this is a small little town of Springfield. They put 20,000 of them in Springfield. How many thousands of them do you think they hid inside of a major city, in your major liberal city, where they can blend in perfectly? How many thousands do you think they've dumped in your backyard? And you look at this woman and you sit there and say, oh, I don't care what's going on with her. You look at it and you're like, I don't care. They don't affect me. No. You're missing the point. You're missing the whole picture. You looking at the 10,000 foot view of it. You need to look at the 1,000,000 foot view, way up in the clouds looking down, and they drop them right on your neck. This is the place where they drop them, where people are actually seeing it and speaking out. The places that they drop them, where they blend in, is different than that. It's way different than that. But the same thing is going to happen. The same damn thing. And I'm going to tell you something, man. It's a damn shame that as Americans, we are so stupidly divided down the party lines that we can't even stand up and protect our children. That's how dumb America is. Now, if this lady right here lost it after they hit her kid, and she went out there with the chopper, and she was like, chopper style, chopper style, yap, 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 just eating them up. They would throw that lady in prison. Even though I guarantee you, the people who hit the bus is back out on the streets. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous, man.